DeMaurice Smith's current term as nflpa executive director ends in March. David J. Philippa, NFL player leaders could begin voting as soon as Tuesday on whether to retain DeMaurice Smith as executive director of the union without allowing challenges for the position, according to people familiar with the election procedures. The initial vote on Smith's status is to be taken among players serving on a 14-member selection committee, under voting procedures established by the NFL Players Association following Smith's most recent re-election in 2015. It is not known when the process will be completed and Smith's status will be resolved, given that it could take more than one round of voting to determine that, or what the NFLPA will announce publicly regarding the voting results. Under the election procedures, outlined in documents obtained by The Washington Post, the NFLPA established the selection committee that includes Eric Winston, the veteran offensive lineman who serves as the union's president, and others among the NFLPA's senior leadership. If all 14 members of the selection committee vote to keep Smith as executive director, he will be retained, followed by the players' ruling executive committee negotiating a new contract with him. If 7 to 13 members of the selection committee vote to keep Smith, the issue moves before the players' team-by-team union representatives. If at least 2/3 of those player reps vote to retain Smith, he keeps the job and the executive committee works out a new contract with him. If 6 or fewer members of the 14-member selection committee vote to retain Smith, the job will be declared open. That same outcome will occur if the matter goes to the team-by-team player reps and Smith fails to secure the necessary 2/3 support. If the job is declared open, the selection committee will then identify 2 to 4 candidates for an election to be held in March via a majority vote of the player reps. Smith has met with the selection committee, according to people with knowledge of the process. Under the election procedures, that meeting was to have taken place by Friday. The voting procedures give Smith 2 weeks after that meeting to officially inform the selection committee whether he wants to continue as executive director. The voting by the players is to occur by October 15 and, under the election procedures, can take place in person, by phone or via ballot. The NFLPA did not immediately respond Saturday to requests for comment. Smith's current 3-year term ends in March. He has held the job since 2009, being re-elected in 2012 and 2015, and led the players through a lockout in advance of the league's 2011 labor deal. He faced 8 challenges in his 2015 re-election bid, when there were few procedural restrictions to candidates entering the race for his position. That led to the new election procedures, with NFLPA representatives having told others within the league that their intention was to streamline the process and prevent unqualified candidates from entering. Washington attorney Cyrus Merry announced his intention to run against Smith. Merry is the leader of the Fritz Pollard Alliance, the diversity group that works closely with the NFL on its hiring practices, and was instrumental in the implementation of the Rooney Rule, which requires each franchise with a vacancy at head coach or general manager to interview at least one minority candidate. Merry has been critical of the new NFLPA election procedures, saying they are designed to keep the union's current leadership in place without fair competition, and of Smith, accusing him of striking a bad deal in the last collective bargaining agreement and being overly and unproductively confrontational in a series of legal clashes with the NFL. At least one other candidate, a former NFL player, is said to have contemplated running against Smith in this election cycle before learning of the new voting procedures. Smith has said he welcomes challenges for the job. Read more on the NFL. NFL believes Ezekiel Elliott's suspension still possible for 2017, even as early as Week 3. Jared Goff, NFL disruptor Rams QB, may be the blueprint for transition from spread. Jays dedicates song The Story of O.J. to Colin Kaepernick at NYC Music Festival amid touchdownless season. Cincinnati Bengals fire offensive coordinator.